Michael, are you introducing the
Yeah. Okay, guys, so thank you guys so much for joining us at Eretz Yad. For those of you who it's your first time with us, we're a young adult group. We put together events to bring Jews together, social events, educational events. We have an annual Hanukkah party that's really fun. We have a Passover party that's really fun. And we're thinking of a lot of cool things to do going forward. So this is like a new program that we're launching where we're trying to do Kabbalah classes every Tuesday. We're really fortunate this week to have Omid Semino teach the class. He's been studying Kabbalah for over 10 years. And the subject of today's class is on Yom Kippur. We're really excited to have him. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Omid Semino.
Alright guys, it's nice to see some new faces. Thank you for coming. How many of you guys had an amazing Rosh Hashanah?
Yes.
And how many of you were here for Rosh Hashanah? Alright, let's clap for here because I personally get jealous. I live in LA and I can't come here. And I know Nader does an amazing job here. And I'm sure you guys had a blissful and an amazing Rosh Hashanah. So, a little bit of jealousy inside me, which we're going to clean out today. So in the last class, for those of us who weren't here, and a review for the ones that were here, we learned that what happens in the cosmos on Rosh Hashanah. Jewish holidays are not just a simple historical event that is taking place, but rather they're events in the cosmos that let us travel in time, that allow us to go back and make changes. Every holiday has its own energy. Every holiday allows us to go back to a different place and change something else, bring down a different light, bring down a different blessing. And what Rosh Hashanah brought about, and what the light of Rosh Hashanah was, we explained, we get revealed to this light that is called the light of Binah. And we're going to get deeper into what the light of Binah is. It's a light, it's the energy of the things that, every time we buy a new thing, every time we buy a new car, every time we buy a new house, every time I buy a new jacket, there's a light within it. That's the fulfillment that I'm looking for in reality. We think it's the physical thing. We think it's the car that I'm looking for. We think it's the new phone that I'm looking for. But deep inside is that fulfillment that is going to bring to my life. It's really not, the physical is just a 1% reality, as what we call in Kabbalah. It's not the 99%. The 99% is the light that is within it. And we explained that this light, the source of it comes from a place called Binah. What does that mean? This is the same light that was available in the Garden of Eden for 36 hours at the beginning. And this light is in some ways hidden for every single one of us. And one of the times that it becomes available is during Rosh Hashanah. That we can tap into and we can get power from it to bring blessings into our life, to bring fulfillment into our life, to bring money and children and all the good things that comes with those things to bring it to our life. And on Rosh Hashanah is the day that was the birthday of Adam. It was the birthday of Adam. So in the cosmos, what was happening was that we were tapping back into the seed level of why Adam was created. Why was Adam created? And we got the chance to go back and get some of that original light which was in the metaphysical Garden of Eden. This light that within it has all the fulfillments that we are looking for, every single one of us. The blessings that we are looking for. And we said the more we desire this light, the more we want it. That's one of the first steps. The more we want this light, the more we can have it. On Rosh Hashanah, it was all about wanting it. We asked for money, we asked for children, we asked for good health, we asked for a year filled with blessing. The more I desire, the more within my consciousness I want this light, I want this fulfillment, the more I can receive it. That was the first step of how we can get this light. The second step we said is that let's say there is a sale tomorrow. We said let's say there is a sale at Bloomingdale's tomorrow, and we said let's say everything is on sale, all the brand names, no restrictions. That's exactly the type of light we're getting. But if my closet, if I'm full already, I don't have space to go shopping. I need to throw away some of my old clothes so I can bring in new clothing. The second step to receiving and tapping into this amazing light is to cleanse my vessel. To cleanse what I currently carry with me every day. All the negative things that are with me, all the addictions that I have with me, all the different negative characteristics that is bringing chaos to my life, I let go of them. Just like my old clothing. So I can create space for this amazing light that is coming in. So does anybody know how many days are between Rosh Hashanah and Kippur?
7.
10. The whole process is 10 days. Everybody is correct. The whole process is 10 days. And there's 7 days from the end of Rosh Hashanah to the beginning of Yom Kippur, basically. So the first 2 days and the last day is Yom Kippur. And this light that we were talking about, that we tap into on Rosh Hashanah, we tap into it on a nuclear level on Rosh Hashanah. We are going to the seed level on Rosh Hashanah. In the next 8 days that follow, we manifest that light into our world in a different way. We manifest it and bring it down to physicality. You went on Facebook Live? Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here. So I want to start by this. Did anyone have a different Rosh Hashanah this year? And what did you experience? Did anyone have any new experiences this year? Did anyone feel anything? Yes?
I started keeping Shabbat and Yom Tov, so I actually kept the entire Rosh Hashanah, which was a completely different experience than any other Rosh Hashanah I had. And it was very uplifting and disconnecting from regular days and work days.
That's amazing. So this is the first year that you actually decided to keep the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah and really connect fully to it, to the light that is available. What was that experience compared to last year? Can you share, like, how was it?
I felt the holiday.
You felt the holiday.
Last year I went to work, and then at night went to the Seders.
Okay.
This year I went to shul in the morning, and was with a great community who was, like-minded.
And would you say there is this type of pleasure that you feel, that if you're not conscious and if you're not desiring, it's like every other day. Like if you don't keep Rosh Hashanah, or you don't tap into or desire that light that is coming down within the cosmos, would you say that you don't really tap into it last year, but this year did you really get to tap into it? Do you think you felt it even physically? You really did?
Yeah, I really
Wow.
did.
Wow, that's amazing. We're so proud of you for the change that you did last year. So according to Kabbalah, The 7 days that are between Kippur and Rosh Hashanah are still building our upcoming year. So Rosh Hashanah finished on Friday night. And until Saturday night, that Saturday, whatever kind of seed that you plant, whatever kind of energy that you plant, whatever action that you plant or words that you say is going to be multiplied by 51 weeks in the upcoming year. Same thing for the Sunday, same thing for the Monday, and same thing for today. For these 7 days is designed in a way that is the seed level, is the blueprint of what will happen in the upcoming year. Now we're not saying you cannot change what's happening, but it's the seed level. The energy will stay and replicate through the next 51 weeks. And guess what? Tiffany over there that decided to keep the holidays, probably something changed within her last year. In those 7 days, she planted some kind of a seed. She planted some kind of a desire the year before, and somehow it manifested to her, tapping into even a bigger amount of pleasure. So what day are we on right now? Who wants to do the calculation? 4th day?
On 7 days or 10 days?
So the night it starts, today is basically Wednesday already because it starts.
So it's the 4th day.
It's the 4th day. It's the 4th day. So every Wednesday, whatever you plant from tonight, already 4 days are gone. But I'm sure everyone has been proactive here. Everyone has been positive and planting amazing seeds. But whatever you do in the next 3 or 4 days is a seed level to what's about to come. This light will get to its full manifestation. Does anybody know what day?
On Yom Kippur?
Exactly. Exactly. Both of you guys are right. On Yom Kippur, we can immerse ourselves fully in this amazing light. There's one day that the stars and the moon and the whole universe is shaped in a way that we can fully immerse ourselves in this light. We are building up to it right now. We are really building up. Every day we are building up and cleansing our vessels so we can take back some of that energy with us when we go on Yom Kippur. All we're doing is cleansing. It's these 10 days. Do we know what they're doing next door? They're doing salichot. What is salichot? People go to salichot and they do teshuvah. What does that mean? What does this stuff mean? They're emptying that vessel. They're emptying that closet that I was telling you. They're cleansing the closet. So when we get to Yom Kippur, when we get to that time of Ne'ilah, the last 2 hours, when we immerse ourselves fully in this light that is available within the cosmos, and we are so blessed. We gotta understand, we are so blessed that we know when this energy is available. You know, before the time of Moshe, we didn't know. We didn't know that Yom Kippur is the Kippur. It was after the Torah was given to us that we know now. That was one of the blessings of the Torah, that it tells you what you can tap into. What's the benefit of the Torah? Is that it tells you this day has this kind of an energy. You want this kind of a blessing, tap into it. This is one of them. It teaches you the game of life. It tells you when is a good time to do this, when is a bad time to do that. It gives you the guideline. So on Kippur, we get this chance. It's a one day out of the year that we get this chance to fully immerse in this light of Binah that within it has every blessing, every fulfillment that we want. The true blessing. The true fulfillment that we want. It gets to its full manifestation. It's like going to the central bank. It's like going to the White House and meeting the president himself. It's even much higher than that. It doesn't even compare. But imagine you get one day that you can meet with the president for 25 hours. And the last 2 hours of it, he takes you to his home. And you can chit-chat with him. And you can tell him about all the things that you need. All the places that you want to change your life, and all the places that you have challenges in life. All the places that you're being egoistic. All the things that you want to change in your life. And he gives you resources. He gives you a new budget. He gives you this, that. So when the new year comes, you can deal with them. That's exactly what's happening. So let me ask you guys, is Yom Kippur a day of happiness or is it a day of sadness?
Happiness.
Is it happiness?
Yeah. Sadness.
Is it sadness?
Both.
It can't be both.
It's your attitude
Can't be
towards
both.
it.
For us Persians, it's sadness.
Can't. Unfortunately for us Persians,
See? See?
it was a sadness. It will be a happiness from now on. And you know, can the light reside where there is sadness?
It's
I'm going to
possible.
ask you that. The light doesn't reside where there is sadness. The Creator wants us to be super happy, super joyful on Yom Kippur. You know why? Because you're meeting the President. You're tapping into an energy force that can provide you with blessings. It's beyond the President. It's beyond our understanding even in some ways. On other days, it's our body, our physical body that is getting fed. But on Yom Kippur, it's our soul. It's our true inner sense. It's our 99% that is going and getting fed. It's tapping and immersing itself into that energy of Binah and getting fed. So it has all the fulfillments for the upcoming year. So why do we find this day as a suffering day, as a painful day? Why do we have to fast? Why do we have to go through certain restrictions? There are 5 main restrictions they say that you need to do. And I don't want to even call them restrictions. They're opportunities. They're opportunities. One is not eating.
No drinking.
No drinking, no eating and no drinking, that's one of them. One is not taking any showers. One is not wearing any leather shoes. And one is not having any intimate relationships, even if you're married. And one of them is, how many did we say? 4?
4.
Is not putting any lotion or cologne on your body. So what is this about? If this is a day of joy and happiness, why can't we take pleasure? Can anybody answer me? Can anybody tell me why can't I take pleasure? Why can't I take a food and say it's bracha and enjoy it? If this is a day of happiness,
You gotta be pure.
you're gonna be pure. Is that
No, you have to be.
you have to be pure? Okay. What is it, Upton?
Yeah, so what I've learned is that we spend so much time going after physical and just wanting to please and satisfy our physical needs, and just how much time we spend thinking about food and planning it and all that. So when we restrain from physical, it allows us to get closer to our soul or spiritual or that connection. So.
Alright, both of them are amazing answers, and they're both true. But let's expand on it. If you have this day that every security, yes,
What the restroom?
what is
Hair
it?
is like just like you go in like touch your fingernails, something like that. Wash your hands using the restroom during Yom Kippur.
Can you go to the restroom and
No,
wash
no,
your hands?
washing your
I
hands.
think you
Up to
can
your
wear
knuckles.
Up to your knuckles?
Up to your knuckles.
yeah,
Knuckles,
just up to the very fingertips.
Yeah.
What?
You know, because that's like shaking.
Okay, we're gonna get into what's going on really. And this is the exact same questions that I had. You know, honestly, before I studied Kabbalah and before I understood what's really going on, you know what I did? I got myself so tired the day before Yom Kippur, so I can sleep through Yom Kippur. So I can sleep through it, and I was like, this is suffering, this is painful, let me just get through it. I'm like, I would sleep the night before Yom Kippur, I would sleep late and get myself super tired on Yom Kippur. Before I studied and I understood what's going on, I thought this is painful and suffering. Okay, does the Creator want me to suffer? Does the Creator really care whether I take a shower or not? Does the Creator want me in pain? That's what I thought. I thought it's a day that you need to suffer, and I'm like, okay, I might as well sleep through it. I don't know. Does anybody else has done that in the past?
What to show?
But once I learned what kind of a light we are immersing ourselves into, what kind of a blessing we can bring into our life, now I can't count until it comes. I can't wait. Bless you. So why not eating? Why not? Let's start with the eating part. Why don't we eat? What did we say? We said that we are in the process of cleansing our closet. We are in the process of cleansing our vessel so that we can bring this light and keep it with us. So we can fill up our lesson because it's available. On that day it's available. So how does not eating help me achieve that? Can you tell me, Julia?
So you could focus on, the Creator? I don't know.
That's a good answer because you can focus. But by me not eating, I lose focus sometimes, right?
That's true too.
That's true too. I mean, a lot of people, if you're just thinking about your stomach all day, that's again bringing you down back to physicality.
And grumpy.
What's happening? Yes?
I think it's a day of sacrifice.
Just
Not
make
eating
sure.
so you can appreciate, after Yom Kippur, you can appreciate.
You can appreciate food?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes?
I mean, eating is like compulsion. It's like something you have a habit of. It's like a routine basis, like brushing your teeth. So in order for you to go ahead and empty your closet, like you said, you have to not be used to what you've done before so you can make room for other things that you can find more enjoyable.
Beautiful. Everyone is correct in some ways, and but we're going to understand. What did we say? See, there are 10 levels of energy, and there are 10 banks of energy. This is where we live, in the world of Malchut. This is what Kabbalah teaches. We live in the world of 1% reality. This is the physical world. It's called the world of Malchut. Typically, every day of the week, regular days, we use these different channels, such as Chesed, which is giving, such as Gevurah, which is power and correct judgment, such as Tiferet, which is the power of balance. We tap into these energies to interact with the world. These top three are so high that we don't typically tap into. The very, very high levels. The very special people that have worked on themselves and really have gone to a certain spiritual level can tap into. But on Yom Kippur, we tap into one of them, which is 99% light and 1% physicality. Why can't we tap into these regularly? Because they're different in form. We are 99% physicality, and here and there we experience spirituality. In reality, we are souls. Our souls is everything. But in this physical world, which is the Malchut, we are different than Binah. We are different than this energy bank. We are different in form. We are different in shape. Our body is completely different than our soul. Our body is physical. It's about gravity. It's about the ground. It's about selfishness. Our soul is about giving. Completely two opposite forces that are within each other. Is that true? Can we agree on this, that we have a soul that wants to do good and we have a body that just wants to feel good? Can we agree that there are opposite forces, or are we not in agreement on that first?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what food is? Food is the glue. Food is the glue that sticks your body, these opposite two forces, to each other. What happens if you don't have this glue after a few days? The soul leaves the body. The body basically goes towards its ground, right? Food in spirituality, what it is, it's the glue. We eat it, and every time it glues us, it glues the soul to the body. So what are we doing? We are trying to let our soul go to Binah. Go up to this amazing energy which is 99% light. There's no selfishness in it. There's no bad in it. This world has good and bad. In Binah, it's ultimate light. It's the ultimate light of fulfillment. So what's happening? You let go of the glue for 24 hours. So this soul can detach a little bit from your physical body and can go higher and bring down this energy and get its nourishment that it really needs for the upcoming year. And that starts from Rosh Hashanah and gets to its ultimate on Yom Kippur. So why is it that on Yom Kippur, the last 2 hours, even if people are not religious, right? Have you seen, even if they don't know anything about Judaism, you see the last 2 hours, somehow their soul brings them to the synagogue.
That's true.
Somehow they just crave to come and listen to what's called the Ne'ilah. Because their soul energy knows that it needs this nourishment. And the more I detach myself from my body that day, the more I allow my soul to go up and get this nourishment that it needs. The less of that glue I give it right now, so food is a glue. Food is a glue that sticks it on. If you don't have it for 7, how many days can you go without food? I think water is how many days?
3.
Water is a bigger glue. It's like crazy glue.
Super glue.
Yeah. It is a glue. And if you have too much of this glue, have you seen what happens when you stick two things together and you have too much glue around it? It looks bad and it starts to raise. The same way we gain weight. Okay, this part was from me. You know, the rest of the stuff was this was my analysis. So that's what it is. What is leather shoes? Leather shoes within it has the DNA force of gravity again. Physicality. Leather is something physical. Again, it brings us down. Typically, we are interacting with these middle sephirot. Today we don't want to. If I wear leather, I limit. I get back into these attachments again. I bring myself down again to physicality. I'm limiting what I can receive. Because this light is so amazing, my soul needs it completely. And the more joy I have, the more certainty I go in with, the more desire that I have, the more I can bring down this light and nourish my soul. The more I can bring it down. And it doesn't mean that challenges won't come up. It doesn't mean that in the upcoming year challenges won't come up. But when you have two choices, and you don't know which guy I should go out with, now your soul gives you the intelligence, which one is the right one for you. When you don't know who's the right business partner, you don't know what major to choose in class, now your soul tells you what it came here to fulfill. You have more of that intelligence, you have more clarity in the upcoming year. The challenges will still come. But you become a better person. You have more clarity. You are more connected. Your soul has been nourished so well that you can overcome them better. That you can overcome all of it. And there is 5 Also 5 prayers that we read. Almost you can when you go to the synagogue, the full day is prayer. Why can't we just do 2 hours? Why do I need to be there for, 10 hours, 12 hours in the morning and 4 or 5 hours at nighttime and read all these things that I don't understand? What's going on? Why do I need all these readings? What are these Hebrew words that we are reading? Are we just reading something? The Torah teaches us that the Hebrew words, the 22 Hebrew letters, are the DNA force to the creation. The same way a computer has a programming language, you can type in a line of programming and open a window, open a program. The Hebrew letters have powers like that. It's not just simply a word. When Hebrew letters come into a combination together, it's just like giving a command to your computer. Every time you scan, you read, you pronounce a letter, and the sages have put together all these programs that helps our soul even elevate and immerse itself more and bring down more of this light that we need. And so what do we know so far? Who can share with, I actually want you to spend 2 minutes, share with the person next to you what you've learned so far, and we'll get back to what's going on. Introduce yourself if you don't know, and share with the person next to you as what you learned so far.
Hi Julia, how are you?
We're sitting with our Myler.
I learned that
What did you learn?
Wash your hands on knuckles.
Yeah, you can't wash. You can only wash your fingertips. Oh, okay, so up to here. Okay.
no sexual intimacy, no showering, no cleansing.
Did you wear makeup?
No makeup.
If
Oh,
you
Julia,
You wear it the day before,
Or
then
it's
it's
fine,
okay.
yeah. You can't wash your face.
This is all duty. This has been given that, but you do what you can, at your own limits.
The face washing.
No brushing your teeth in the morning when you wake
So you
up?
can't brush your teeth.
Só que é pensando bem.
You can't brush your teeth.
Pero o que? Tudo que é.
It's a public service. Like, brushing your teeth. People come with some
You're at Wilbur, so it's a little more extreme. Perfume scent. Last, I died. Sitting next to the Chanel was like.
Why do people wear perfume? I don't understand.
They want to smell good.
Because you smell.
dude, when you come here,
All day.
for the Yom Kippur, pretty much, like,
I
that's the
spray my
best
clothes
time.
before. I spray my clothes before.
Like 25%.
Well, you have to wear deodorant.
Yeah.
You can't put any lotion on.
The deodorant from the night before.
Yeah, you have to.
One thing, you know.
Everyone's gonna smell.
No, trust me, the people that sit next to you, their perfume will transfer over to you. You're out over.
Here, right? Yeah. From here. Here you sit
I
in
smell like that. You should have
the usual area.
Right, come here.
Where are you sitting?
Facing the actual lake.
Okay, so you're sitting in the same room you are. Okay, but like, are you sitting back there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, you're staying at the hotel?
I know I'm sitting in like 108. That's all.
Yeah, I'm 114.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Okay, okay.
You can do it, try it.
We're gonna do this
Yeah, get a large you're staying there.
right before 9
You got a nice place.
Most people that go to the Beverly Hilton don't stay there.
A lot of people got rooms.
They don't stay there?
Most of them don't stay there.
So what do they do?
They live around the area.
So,
Shit, I don't even care. I just walk
anybody
in.
wants to share something that is new to them, or was something that they learned tonight that is different?
Julia. Let's put Julia on blast. Screw it.
And any questions? Does anybody have any questions so far? No questions.
what if like you kind of feel dizzy and you're like, I really need water?
No. No.
Like what
No
if you have like
exception
low blood
rules?
No
pressure?
exception. Oh,
I
like,
mean, if there's medical issues, you know,
there's certain exceptions.
there's certain exceptions. I'm personally not an expert in the little like stuff that needs to be done and halachas that need to be done. So it's, honestly, if you really want to know specifically what's going on, if someone has a medical issue, I think you should ask a rabbi. Because I'm not an expert on what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah.
But I know there's medical exceptions. Because, God forbid, if you lose your body, then you've lost the whole process. So it's not worth the thing. But one of the other things if you come to the synagogue, you'll see that one of the things you do is that 4 or 5 times you go through this thing called the vidui. And vidui, what you're doing is you're reading a list of all these negative things. Murder, jealousy. I think it got disconnected. All these things that I've done, and you're tapping yourself and saying, why did I do it? I'm promising not to do it. And you really dig deep inside as what I'm not going to change. I'm going to change this, that. I've murdered. Have you murdered? Have you killed people? You say, I'm sorry if I did this. About half of the stuff, if you read, you haven't done. So why are we reading all this stuff? Why? And what are we doing by this vidui? Why are we constantly doing this? What is this vidui that we're doing? If it's a day of happiness, again, what are we doing? Why are we going back into our consciousness and tapping into all these negative places that I might have?
Cleansing.
Beautiful, cleansing. So if you look at the numerical value of forgiveness, and that's what we've been mainly taught, you get forgiven on Yom Kippur. It has the same numerical value as cleansing. And what that means is that they're the same. They're the exact same thing. Numerical value is like the scientific notation of the Torah. Like the same way doctors have scientific notations. If you turn the whole Torah into numerical values, every letter has a different value, it becomes a mathematical manuscript. And it defines the Torah on a much, much higher level. The words itself, the letters itself, defines it very limited. But if you go into the scientific notations, the same way two doctors talk to each other, within one sentence they can describe, a situation. The Torah, with letters, with different numbers, you can explain different phenomena. Yes?
Ask yourself this, why is Rosh Hashanah first and then Yom Kippur? Shouldn't it be reversed? Yom Kippur is first and then Rosh Hashanah. The order of which it works for is kind of weird if you really think about it. Because Rosh Hashanah, if you understand the true meaning for it, I feel like Yom Kippur should be first. You're cleaning, you're cleansing yourself, and then Rosh Hashanah, you're kind of sealing it all together in the new year.
That's
Why?
a beautiful question.
Why is it reversed?
Actually, on Rosh Hashanah, we are also cleansing, but we are cleansing on a nuclear level, on a very, very seed level. And we are tapping into a very high cleansing part. And the shofar, if you remember from the last class, since it's such a high level, our words don't really do justice on Rosh Hashanah. It's the first 2 days. It's on such a high nuclear level that we are cleansing, that we use the power of the shofar to cleanse those days. And that's why they say Rosh Hashanah sweetens the judgment. I don't know if you guys have heard that. What does this mean? I remember when I was younger, when I was a kid, like 7, 8 years old, one time I got a bad grade in school. And I brought my report card home. And I knew my dad will be more strict, right? So first I went and told my mom. because I know she's more compassionate.
Cut around the
She's the
corners.
mother, you know, she gives you love. She says, why? But I love you, you know?
Such a great mom.
Like, still gives you that motherly love.
Sada.
And I told my mom, can you explain to my dad first? And then I'll go and talk to my dad myself. And that's what exactly my mom did. And that's the shofar.
So you're saying like Rosh Hashanah, you're kind of preparing yourself.
On Rosh Hashanah, the light that we get, the shofar is like our mother. It's our inside cry that goes to the universe and cleanses this. And my mom went and spoke to my dad, calmed him down, and then I went and said, I'm sorry, I'm going to fix my ways and change my ways.
Okay.
Rather than me going up straight up, be like, Dad, look what kind of a grades I got, and getting that harsh judgment. What does it mean, a harsh judgment? Sweetening the judgment. Rosh Hashanah is on such a high level. We are cleansing the first layer. The first layer we are cleansing so we don't get that rough judgment. We don't get that rough effect in our life. And the shofar really is a representative that does that for us. That's why you say just be happy, be so happy that you have the shofar and you can listen to 101. Remember we said there's 101, every set cleanses something. It's like every set of the shofar cleanses one of my grades
So you're kind of like
that I've gotten. One of the bad grades is explaining to my dad in some ways. But my mom is doing it. I'm happy that my mom took this responsibility to do it. I have to be so joyful that she did it. And then I go, in these next 7 days, it's like me going and telling my dad, I'm sorry that I did this, you know, I'm going to change my ways. And on Yom Kippur, I do it more than ever in some ways, you would say. And this is a personal example I'm sharing, but has anyone else had this
It
experience?
makes sense. It's like when you're cooking, like you're marinating it, you have all the ingredients, for example, kind of to stem off of it, but you're marinating it, you're letting it, you know, sit there, simmer, absorb all the ingredients, and then when the time reaches, you're gonna cook it.
Exactly. And now, on Yom Kippur is the day that my dad decides whether I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna have for the upcoming month. I'm gonna be grounded or not grounded. But our Creator is a loving Creator. He just wants to give us joy and happiness. We gotta remember that. Let's not get confused. Because in reality, He wants to give us goodness. Just like a good father that wants to give you the whole world. Even if there is certain effects, it's for our goodness. It's for our goodness. But this video is cleansing our vessel. Is cleansing so we can get this light of the Creator. And Rabbi Yeshlach says that if you connect to the light of the Yom Kippur, and if you really connect to what's happening, and you really detach yourself, not only you're going to cleanse yourself, but you're going to turn all those negativities into light for yourself. Do we get what's happening? It's not that we're just cleansing. This world was created by 4 elements. Who knows what these 4 elements are?
Water, fire,
Earth, wind.
air.
Roxana is the master of this.
Water, earth, fire, and air.
Exactly. So the whole world, Rabbi Chaim Vital teaches us, was created by the element of either fire, air, what was it? Earth,
Water.
and water. Everything. So is our characteristics. So is every single one of us as created and is dominated with one of these elements. So if I have more of an element of fire inside me, if Omid has the element of fire dominating him, what kind of negative actions does that constitute into? Does anybody know?
Maybe you're reactive.
Ateş
Reactive
para.
behavior.
Ateş bara. The fire is our ego. If someone has a high ego, if someone has a high pride, as a result they get angry, they get jealous, they become controlling. So if the fire element within Omid is too much, that's what's happening. But on Yom Kippur, we have a chance to transform that. Not only to cleanse my anger, my jealousy, that is stopping me, limiting me from doing all these amazing things and receiving all these amazing lights. Not only am I removing all of those, not only is the Creator has given me a day that I can remove and cleanse all of those, I can actually transform them. Do you know into what? Into courage. Into leadership in bringing light to the world. That's the opposite of pride. Into humbleness. Doing and leading the world in doing the right stuff. So if that's my thing, and each of us should take the next couple days to see what I want to transform. What limitations I have. Am I a type of person that gets angry easily? Am I impatient? That means fire within me is too much. Am I a type that gets jealous? Am I the type that is either my way or no way? Do my friends tell me that it's always, you're so selfish because it's always your way? You have this amazing gift inside you that you can change and transform into what? To become an amazing leader. To do good things in the world. To accomplish things. And if you really tap and immerse yourself in this light of Kippur and really detach yourself from your body and let your soul go up and get this energy, that's the benefit it has for every single one of us in the next 365 days. What's the energy of earth? Let's go. If someone has too much earth inside them, the element of earth.
Roxana?
Huh?
I'd like Roxana to answer.
Roxana, do you know?
Materialistic.
The energy of earth has to do with laziness, with comfort zone, all the places that I've been sad, because I'm only looking at the 1% reality. All those times that I could have done something good, but I was lazy. If Omid has laziness inside him, that means the earth element is too much. The earth element is too much. And you know what we can transform it and how we can become a new person after Yom Kippur if I have too much earth? What's the gift that I can transfer it into?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's the power to go against my comfort zone. It's the power to gain free will and go against my comfort zone and accomplish things. To truly accomplish stuff. And like she said, maybe become less physical. That's the power you can get. That's the new desire. That's the gift you can get out of this Yom Kippur. But first you need to desire it. Be blissful. Be excited about it. Be happy that this light that we have, we know what this day is and we can tap into it. Do you guys want to know the other two? Water and air? What is it? She's the air sign. And this has to do with your horoscope too.
She really wants
when
to
you
know
were
her
born.
friend.
The air is an interesting one.
Oh boy.
She told me I'm air. I didn't know it was air.
The air, where is air in our body? Where's the air?
Lungs.
Our lungs, our voice, our breath. It's our speech. Every time we talk, there's air coming out, right? So if the element of air, if the negative side of the element of air is inside me, and I don't mean no offense, I'm sure you've overcome it already and you will overcome it even more this year.
She just said I'm air. I don't know what even it is.
Okay. But if the element of air is I'm wasting too much time just talking negative.
That's not me.
Thank God.
It's not me, I don't speak Shona.
I'm speaking negatively. It's the places that I use my mouth to be destructive. And these are all the things that these are the 4 categories. You guys understand? There's many things that we look into, but these are the main 4 categories.
That's the negative side of it.
That's the negative side. But we can transform into, and honestly, every person knows for themselves, because outside we can be something else, but every person literally can judge themselves. You're the only person that can judge and say what you want transferred. Ask the Creator, because these are some of these things are things people deal with for years. Anger is something that people deal with for years. So we are asking the Creator, we're judging, we say, I'm an angry person. I have too much earth. God, Creator, please, I'm going to give this challenge to you. Give me the power to overcome it. And with air, it's the power of the speech. I'm being too destructive with my speech. So give me the power to transform my speech, to influence people with my speech to do good things, to influence the world into better places, to become a channel of your light and speak your light, to be constructive, to be positive, to create light with the words. And that's the power you can get. It's not that you're just removing, because you already have this element inside you. So if the negative side of it is taking over, but on Yom Kippur, you can tap into this energy to transfer it to the other side. And that's what Rabbi Eshlav means, that your negative attributes can transform and become light for you, and become your supporter. Because you can transfer them to become your strength. You have these inside you, but which side do you want to go and attach yourself into? There's one more left, right?
Water.
Water? I'm a water sign. You know what water goes after?
Fire.
Fire.
Pleasure. Physical pleasures. The water flows anywhere. You know, what's the attribute of water? Flows anywhere. Wherever my emotions go, I go with it. Just like the water. Wherever there is pleasure, whether it's in food, whether it's in money, the 1% pleasure, that's where the water sign. If you're more of a water sign, if you have too much water inside you, those are the places that I've gone after the 1% pleasures of life. After just receiving quick energy. Oh, go this way. Fulfill your emotion that you need attention. Let me get attention. Those are the places that, if I'm a water sign, I've been dominated by. Everyone can judge themselves. Everyone knows themselves. And how much certainty, but you see, we got to be so joyful that we can transform all of these. And that's the power of Yom Kippur. I can transform my disquality of emotions to become what? More of an understanding person. To understand this world's problems. To see the light and within everything. And see where truly I can become a giver. I can help people. Because I have that inside me, that element inside me. And again, just to summarize, first of all, how much do you want to change? There's a gift that we can become a new person after Yom Kippur. My desire is the first step. How much of it do I want? And the more joyful I am, the more excited I am, the more appreciative I am of it, the more I tap into it, the more I get into this energy of Bina. And secondly, we want to empty our vessel. Not only do I want to empty it out, but I want to renew it with new clothing. and transform all those elements that we talked about. Transform that negative side into positivity for the new year. Because the gift that we are getting is new desires. The gift that we are getting is a new delight this year. And a new level of certainty. So the more I detach myself from my physicality, I allow my soul to raise up and go and dwell within this light that is available in this one day. And by the way, today on Yom Kippur, a lot of us forget. There's a special event that took place. Does anybody know? There's many events that took place, but you know what that gift was? What we were given? The Torah was given. The Torah was given on Yom Kippur. This is the second time Moses came down with the 2 tablets.
That was doing Yom Kippur?
Yes. We got a whole new energy. We got a whole new tablet. The same way we are becoming new people and we are getting new guidelines and a new light. The same way the world was given the Torah. The new guideline, the new desire. And you know what Moses did? For 40 days he went and cleaned these pipes. Cleaned these desires that the Israelites had created at the time. By building the golden calf, going after their physical pleasures. The same way we were talking about, physical pleasures. They went after the golden calf. But Moses went up Mount Sinai for 40 days. And he was the representative from all of us that cleansed these pipes and cleansed our vessel. So on Yom Kippur, we can receive the Torah. A new destination, a new manual, a new desire, new delight, and new certainties to pursue our way. And now if anybody has a question, I'll be more than happy to answer you guys. Thank you guys for coming, and I wish everyone a blissful and a meaningful fast. And hopefully this year we're going with more joy, and we take home and transform more of our qualities to the amazing qualities that every single one of us have. And we come out as a new person, more positive, with more certainty, with more blessings, and every power that we need to overcome our challenges in the coming year. That's what I wish all of you guys.
Amen.
Amen.
Any questions?
And then we second that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cut.
Any questions?